What's your favorite Glock clone to build? Is it for looks, ergonomics, or ease of building? That, your questions, and a whole lot more coming right up. What's up, folks? I guess my music and my background didn't come in as expected. But anyway, I tell you what, man, welcome to the show. Another Tuesday night, FTQ80 Tuesday night chat, fireside chat. And I'm a little disheveled this week, but it's all good. It's all good because, wait, hold on. I don't have my headphones in. There we go. All right. Got a lot going on this week. I just want to thank everybody for coming. I want to welcome all the new people. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Hit us in the chat. We have the usual I call them the usual suspects. I don't know if that offends anybody. If it does, let me know, guys. I just started calling you that. It's the first thing that come to mind. So, but if it offends you, let me know. And I'll come up with another name for you. But guys, welcome to the show. We got a jam-packed show with you tonight. We have a special guest. We have a lot of things going on this week. I'll talk a little bit about what happened this weekend at the Guns Out TV Range Day. Oh, man, I was excited. I had a lot of fun. And guys, just to let you know, like I said, if this is your first time, FTQ 80%, we talk about everything guns, but we focus on 80% builds. There's almost no subject that's off limits as long as it's respectful. And if you're new, join us in the chat. If you have any questions, as we go, we'll be answering questions, and any questions that pop up on the screen, we'll be addressing them. But if you have any questions, please, I ask you, it just helps Weapon X and myself find the questions. Put if it's directed at us, if it's directed at the chat, you don't have to do this. But if it's directed at us, put 4 question marks before the question and then post it up. And then that way we know that you're addressing a question towards us, and we can address it. So tonight, I'm going to let you know about what some upcoming events, but we're also going to talk about what's your favorite Glock clone. Like I said, tonight we're going to talk about what's your favorite Glock clone to build and why, and is it the looks, ergonomics, or ease of building? So we'll talk a little bit more about that, and we'll expect you guys to let us know what your favorites are. But before we go any further, I just want to introduce our co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that knows probably everything about knives, almost everything about weapons in general, and probably everything more than I do about building firearms. So I just want to, he keeps me on track every week, and he helps me out with this thing. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Mr. Man, Mr. Weapon XYZ. What's going on, my dude? And I cannot hear you. You done turned your mic off, dude. Did you turn your mic off?
I said, "What up, everybody?" I said, "Man, that was way too kind." I wouldn't go that far.
Hey, I try to think of a new way to introduce you every week, but I try not to lie either, which I did not lie. So hey, you're back in the dining room today, huh?
What's that?
That's it. You got your other background with you today. What's going on, man?
Yeah, just switching it up, dude. Wife's in the bedroom watching a movie.
Keeping us guessing. I get it. So what's been going on with you this week, sir?
Oh, dude, not a whole lot. Shit, working lots.
That's about it, huh?
Work. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Same here, man. It's been a busy week. Last week, man, I wish you guys could have been with me at the Guns Out TV Range Day, man.
It looks like so much fun.
Oh my goodness, man. I tell you what, it was a lot of people there. A lot of people we see, pretty much every day on YouTube. If you haven't seen my postings in Instagram, go over to my Instagram. It's at JettaMan_designs, and or you can look here. I actually posted it up on the JettaMan Designs channel in a couple of YouTube shorts earlier today. So after the show, if you want to see some of the things that happened over the weekend at the Guns Out TV range day, man, these guys, they are consistently, they put this on for us. They didn't put it on for them. I tell you what, they worked the entire time. They shot at least 10 different video podcasts with different guests. Guests like the Survival Sisters, Jared from Guns and Gadget. Who else was there? Choppa, which is, if you don't know who Choppa is, he's on Instagram. He has a large following. He was on there. The DMV Shooters, which is a shooting organization from Maryland, or the DC, Maryland, Virginia triangle. These guys are deep. I mean, deep. I mean, if you go to their Instagram, you'll see how deep they are. It's a bunch of guys, man. But also, who else was there? I can't forget John from the Gun Collective. Oh my goodness, this dude stood and just talked with me and a few other guys. DLD After Dark was there. My man Roderick from the Tactical Trash Pandas with an S on the end. He's an instructor, former Marine, former Secret Service. This dude has, I'm telling you, multi-level doctorate in the gun industry. So, but it was just a great time, man. There was people everywhere. Jay the Shooter was there. I mean, I could keep going and going and going, but just to let you know, don't miss it. If an event like this gets close to you, don't miss it. It was a 3.5 hour drive for me, and it felt like nothing, man, because it was just exciting. You get there, and I mean, I didn't even make it into the range. You had Eric and Chad from Iraq Veteran 88 in there with all of their automatic weapons and all of the weapons you want to shoot, but it was so freaking busy, man. I never even made it into the range. It was just nuts. They had competitions. Taryn Tactical and his team of competition shooters were there. Oh man, he was one of the people they did a podcast. Man, it was just exciting. So, I mean, like I said, I could go on and on, but I can't implore you enough. It's not about Guns Out TV, because they'll tell you themselves, they're humbled by the crowd that was there, but they did it for us. They didn't do it for themselves. Right. There were vendors there. December Customs, I got to mention them. December Customs, they blessed me with the sling to test, and who else was there? There was a gentleman there. Guys, there's some innovation coming. If you ever wanted to strengthen your muscles when you're, muscles that you don't know that you need to strengthen when it comes to drawing your weapon, there's a resistance band invention that's coming. He was there. He showed me how it works. And it's guys, you won't even realize that the muscles that you have to use when drawing your weapon, and it'll strengthen those muscles and help with your,
especially in a high intensity situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And it helps with your recoil mitigation. And so anyway, I could go on, but guys, check IG, look for Guns Out TV, look for them on YouTube. I'm sure they had a whole film crew there. There'll be a lot of film popping up, a lot of their podcasts. The event was awesome. So if there's ever an event by anybody of this nature, go be a fly on the wall, hobnob, shake hands. And I'm telling you, it'll be a good time. So what else we got today? We got we got the upcoming events. Of course, this week is the pistol match. I'm going this week. I've already made the plans. I've already got a babysitter for my wife. Already got a babysitter. I already got my rounds for the match. I already called my dad. He's coming down. He may not stay for the pistol match, but we're going to hit the range. I'll be at the range probably from 1 p.m. till 8 p.m. So if you're in the area, come check me out. At Sailor Man, I will definitely be there. So that's that. And of course, we got the 6 hour days coming up. and I'm not sure why that is blank. So anyway, Sig Sauer Freedom Day is coming up. October is fastly approaching. There's still spots available October 15th, 14th, and 15th. And that's about all as far as events we got coming up. But Weapon X, you want to introduce our guest, sir?
Well, without further ado, we have a guest today to speak about the frames. We have none other than Mr. Hawkeye, the inventor,
Guys,
contortionist
on, Hawk?
of frames,
just living the life.
the artist, Pablo Guncasso.
That's a good one. I never heard that one before. That's a good one, and it's so true. You come up with things. I can't wait to see what you come up with for the Freedom Wolf.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm excited to see that.
It's coming along slow. Let's put it that way.
Hey, slow is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
the kit came with 2 left plugs for the rear, which wasn't a big deal. You can fix that. And all the glue was dried up, so I had to buy glue. And
wow.
Well, I mean, at least you're able to get the right glue to match the color of the frame instead of the clear stuff they send with it.
Yeah, and I was surprised that I used a lot of glue because I bought a full 1 ounce and I had 3 frames to build, so I had plenty of glue. So I thought I'd put that glue everywhere. Let's let it ooze out and stuff. Then I wiped it off, which was no problem. You got time, even though they call it instant. You still got wipe up time.
Yeah,
and it matches really good. On the rear rail plugs, after I glued them in and everything and sanded on them, they just about disappeared. You can't even see they're there, but you can definitely see those front plugs, and you see that outline that's cut out. And I don't know if I can make that go away. And that's going to bug me for the rest of my life. It just sticks out. It's there.
Could you stipple that area?
Well, I'm thinking what I might try to do on those front rail plugs is I might try to go back over them and wipe some glue on them and then try and sand them down. Because what it is that there's a little radius on the edges of where that plug goes in. Mm-hmm. So no matter what you put in there or try to wipe off, it's going to leave that little radius in there.
Yeah, it'll still have the little line of demarcation.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and fill that in, but it's just more work. But I like the frame. There's a lot of stock on it. There's a lot of stock in the grip area. You can do all kinds of stuff with it.
The only thing I don't like is the freaking magwell, man. That was the only thing.
That thing.
And that was one of the first frames I was going to build before I found out about P80, and that was the only thing I didn't like about it is the freaking magwell.
Yeah, it's terrible. I got a little parts box, and I got magwells that are plastic that I never used. And I've been trying to figure out how I could take one of those and put on there because
if anybody can figure it out, you can.
Right. But grind off some material, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking a grinder to it and seeing what I could work out. But
that's what I originally started to do. But the way it fits on there, you can't radius any of that top part of that magwell because that's where it slides on. And if you take any stock off, there's nothing there to hold it on.
Jeez. Anyway, all right. Well, we'll get more into that in a minute, guys. If you're just joining us, we're talking about, what frames that. What is your favorite blank Glock clone to build and why, and whether it's for looks, ergonomics, or ease of build. And we're going to talk about some of the greatest and the ones that are out there. And I asked Weapon X earlier, did he have a full list? He's like, man, I'm sure I missed something. We got some of the 80%, and
I know for sure I missed some of the more expensive 100% Glock. frames.
Well, you know what I noticed that we didn't put on the list? We didn't put SIGs on the list, and we didn't put 1911s on the list.
Yeah, I noticed that as well, and I actually
so we'll
was
talk
an
about that a
afterthought
little
right
bit
before the show too.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get a chance to put it on the list, but I didn't get around to it. Guys, if you don't know, man, Tuesdays are a mad dash to make sure we got everything straight. He's working, I'm working. I do my best to try and get research and everything done, prior to, starting on Thursday all the way to Tuesday, but it doesn't always happen. So, but that's why we got you guys. You'll make sure we talk about what we missed. Well, who we got in the chat tonight? Weapon. We didn't even say hello to everybody.
Got Mr. Vino in the house.
You know what? That look like Darth Daff. Monty, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
What up, my guy?
Nick, good to see you, man. You know who Nick is? That's my boys and me. I believe that is who that is. If I am wrong, Nick, please forgive me, but I think that's the Nick, my boys and me from back in the day on the other forum. We got Bob. You missed Bob, man. There you go. What are you doing, man? Are you triple clicking? Are you
No.
you got freaky fingers over there? Because I didn't touch it this time. It wasn't me. All right, let's see.
What up? So let's drop in the comments. What is everybody's favorite frame to build on?
Yeah,
it could be Glock clone. It can be SIG. It can be 1911. If you've done one, I want to. I think I have the skill knowledge to do so, but man, I doubt myself.
Tom,
it's more
on,
about
man?
having
Good
the
to
space
see you.
and the tools at this point.
Yeah, man, just hang in the background, man. Good to see you, man. Real good to see you. I just dropped the link. If you want to join us as a guest, join us if you wish. If you want to tell us firsthand, whether you have a camera or not, if you have a microphone, if you're on your cell phone, guys, just in case you didn't know, you can use that link on your cell phone and not use the camera. You can set it up where you can only put your, you can mute your camera just like mine's is right now. So that way, if you're not presentable, you can just, we can hear your voice. Your icon won't be like mine. It'll just be a head floating there. But if you want to join us, guys. But yeah, what is your favorite build? Now, me personally, I've only built P80s, man. Between that and ARs. Now, if you talk about ARs, I could talk about a couple of lowers, but we're talking about pistols right now. But what's your favorite, Hawkeye? Since we have you right here, what's your favorite out of? Because you've probably built most of them, right?
Yeah, not all of them, but I got into building the P80s because they're cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer to build 1911s.
Mm-hmm.
But you're
Not
getting
cheap.
into some big bucks. When you start building up.
Especially for just for the tooling alone.
Yeah.
Let's not even get started on the
and
actual
the
parts.
ARs. I mean, they don't get any simpler than building an AR. If you have any kind of abilities in a shop at all, you can build ARs all day.
Right.
Because after you do the milling and the drilling, it's just parts. Put a little paint on them. Where the P80s. And now with the Lone Wolf, it's you get a chance to carve them and paint them and stipple them. I mean, it's just so much more to them. Now, I would have loved to got into a Strike 80, but I got into it a little late and could never get one. But from what I know, right now, if I was going to buy another one to build, it'd probably be a P80. I like the feel of that Lone Wolf. The magwell just sucks, man. You put it on there and it grabs your little finger, so it pushes you, pushes your finger, and it feels uncomfortable. I don't even think I'm going to use those. But the frame itself it reminds me a lot of a 1911. It's got a good feel to it. The angle, there's a lot of stock. It actually feels a little more solid than a P80 without the parts in it, when you got frame to frame. But I'm just afraid it's not going to turn out as good as some of my P80s. Now, the P80 doesn't have a lot of stock on it, so you can't do a lot of carving on, let me show you here. On my little diagram.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
He scared me for a minute. He got me.
Up here on the trigger part,
Yeah.
right in here,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of stock all over this grip area in the back, grip area in the front. The trigger is like one solid piece of plastic, and you could carve it any way you want. You can put undercuts, you can put it under the cut, you can thin it out for drilling those fancy little holes in the grip to make it look like you relieve it like you do on the 1911s and stuff. It just has a lot going for it, but it's got a lot going against it too. I don't like that jig either. That the jig they have feels like it's a softer plastic, so you better be right on. And you got to use a vise. You got to put that jig in a vise or it'll move around on you. Another thing I like about the Lone Wolf is you're just cleaning out the channels. You're not having to do the top rail tabs and all that. You just clean out some tabs in the channel area and over in the locking block area, which is real easy to do. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm more familiar with the P80s.
Okay. You know what? You were just talking, and I guess I could have did this. I'm sorry. So you're talking about the area right here, the trigger guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go on the forum. I think I got a post, or I will have a post on some of the stuff I've done on that trigger guard.
Okay.
And I mean, you can carve them any way you want. That thumb rest up there at the top, you can extend that all the way into the trigger. And I did that to one
and there's enough material there to do it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of stock. Stock. And you can
that's gonna make for a fun stipple project.
I knew it would look kind of cool because I've seen some guns like that. But I was just kind of, I don't think it'll really help the feel or not. But it actually does. If you bring that all the way down on the trigger, it actually relieves your finger a little bit. So I don't know, it just feels a lot easier for me with my short, fat fingers in there.
Well, I'll definitely be cutting away some of that material from the front of the trigger guard because of the way my grip is. My forefinger comes around the trigger guard, and that is going to be a problem. I anticipate that being a problem, so I'm either gonna
light on it.
Oh yeah, my finger fits in there, man. Once again, because this is a different type of frame, who has the countdown going? Is that you?
That's my phone.
Oh, that's your phone.
Yeah, somebody's texting me about something.
Okay.
I thought Ram had hit the countdown timer on you when you started talking.
Actually,
this motherfucker.
Actually, that's the phone from 24.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I know that sound. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna take a piece of that out. So it kind of, I might even form it like my finger, so my finger sits right into it. We'll see. It'll be interesting. It's definitely going to be a custom the Kit 24 countdown. Bob
another thing I was thinking about doing with this Lone Wolf, one of the Lone Wolves, is that thumb rest. Instead of bringing it into the trigger, I was going to blend it all the way down into the grip and make it all like feather up. You've seen some of those custom builds where they relieve that area going to your mag release. And this would be along that lines of having a big open area there. Plus it gives me more room to do stippling or whatever in that area. because there's plenty of stock. You can't do
Right.
stuff like this to a P80. There's not a lot of stock in that area, and that's why when I do a P80, I build them up with JB Welds, so I don't have to worry about poking holes or having them so thin that the walls will crack and stuff like that.
No, absolutely.
So this will probably be one of the first builds I ever did that I didn't have to use JB Welds on.
Hey, Darth Dav, did you mean GST1, man?
I think you meant, yeah. I think you meant.
Because I've never heard of a one. But yeah, GST. Since you bring it up, man, let's go ahead and talk about them. Because the GST 9. I don't know. PSA. I guess it would be GST 9. I've got one. Someone sent me one. And I don't know, man. I'm still. It's a Gen 1, so it's not the mod one. It's the Gen 1.
What's up, Sarge?
What's going on, Sarge? It's the Gen 1, so I'm not really. I mean, I'll put it together, and we're gonna see how because remember back when MGB did it, it had some flaws with it. You know, it was really loose.
The first gen.
The first
GST9
gen was really to the point of safety issues. So I'm gonna put it together and see what happens with it. I have it. Why not?
I never built one, mainly because of the whole debacle that they caused back when the GST9 released.
I tried to get two of those when they came out, and it was over 6 months, and I still was on waiting for.
Oh
them.
I was on,
mess, dude.
Yeah, I said
I was on the waiting list for a year, and I finally just canceled my order.
Yeah, if they don't want your money, then I just.
Now this one here pictured is the one with the G19 modular tip, and then modular end in the grip, and then there's the for those that don't know about this one, it does have a modular grip that you can change to make it a G17 grip as well. Yep. So
it's really a good idea. You can do a lot with that frame.
Yeah, if they fix the problems, if they fix the problems, man, it would be definitely great.
I definitely would prefer a frame that has all kinds of options for the hump in the back, or a larger beaver tail, or a longer grip. It would be a good option, but I could never get one. So
I held one of the first gen GST9s, and it felt like I was holding a toy, and I was just like, it's not for me. Yeah.
I've got it. It's sitting in the box in there. It'll get built at some point after the SIGs get built.
Maybe someday in the distant future, I'll pick up a Gen 2 one. I don't know.
Let's talk about, and I think, do Sarge have one of these? Who won that? Who won this? And the OG.
The Spectre.
The OG. The Spectre. Who won one of these? Somebody won one of these. Sarge, was it you that won the Spectre? Or was it the white frame that you won?
The thing is just looks like such a mess.
I don't know. I kind of like it, man. I kind of
so
like
part of me digs the way it looks, and at the same time, part of me is like, two different people designed the grip on that thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like they were both fighting over what they wanted the grip to feel like. Like two different people designed it.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the way it looks, but I mean, I heard it was a monster to try and build.
Oh, I heard the plastic rails, right? The polymer rails. They had polymer rails. And I guess they were just a fucking pain in the ass.
Yep, that's why they ended up coming up with the PF series, because the Spectre, they had to get rid of it. You got the white 940C. Yep, I remember that.
You said he has 3. Yeah, polymer, you sent him 3 for free.
Yeah. You working with are you working with that little screen again?
Oh, I can read it. I was reading another comment back. a bit of a ways.
Yeah, I'd already put it up. That's why I asked.
Yep.
I'm beating you to the punch, man. I'm quick on the trigger.
You know, the first frames that I built were those SS80s. I would not advise buying an SS80.
Yeah, that's why so many people switch to the PF9SS because all the
that's
issues
what I
with the
did.
SS80.
I got about 200 rounds out of each one I build, and the whole front rail would start to rise and jam up the slide. I did get one to work, but I had to take it into the shop, and I welded the rail up and just completely reworked it by hand and get it to work right. Mm-hmm. But the fact that it doesn't have that front pin, it's just bad news waiting to happen. Especially the biggest problem with them is if you take them apart and put them together over and over and over again, because that plastic in there starts to wear or whatever, where that locking block goes, and that was the cause of the problem of them starting to rise. I think I just took them apart and worked on them too much. But I would not advise buying one. It's just a matter of time, and that front rail will start coming up on you.
Too small for my hands.
I think my favorite to build on was the PF940C.
Well, let's talk about what all of the different Polymer 80 frames we got out there.
And I've done a Strike and a PF940SC as well. Still have to say that the PF940C is my favorite.
Now, if you look here, I don't know if you saw the post I put up. You know, Polymer 80, they changed all of the names. There's no more 940s. They're all, if you look at the screen, you got the P19, you got the P17, the P20, which is a 20 and a 21, and the P43. Of course, Strike 80 is you know, I'd like to say that's the bastard child of the Nomad 9 and the Polymer build. And it's the ergonomics is just, I mean, people don't even realize the ergonomics, you know what I mean, are so much different in the Strike 80. I mean,
it's incredibly different.
Day.
It is
night and day.
I've got a little bit smaller hands, and the sides of the Strike 80 grip in the center are quite a bit thicker than on like a PF940C. Not that it's not a comfortable firearm, and not that I don't like the ergonomics. I just like the ergonomics of the standard P80 a little bit more.
Yeah.
And the standard P80 has a longer dovetail as well, or beaver tail.
I don't know. I guess, yeah. I can get higher up on the Strike 80.
Yep.
I mean, it just fits right in there. You know, the one thing about the Strike 80 though, and I guess with the regular the regular P19 as well, without the magwell, my pinky, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? With the magwell, my hand fits right in there, and on the draw, it's just like on point.
It holds it. It pushes your finger up into the guard more and everything.
Yeah. Now the 17, it's just on point. It's just perfect. It's just perfect for my that. And then you have the CL, which has the 19 grip with the 17 slide, which you can put a 34 on there also. It's just, I mean. Well, I think how many CLs did I say I have? I got 3 CL frames. 3. Yeah. Hey. We got some builds coming up. Weapon and I, we decided to do a Star Wars collection of builds. So that's going to be coming in 2023 because we got a couple other builds we got to finish up before. But anyway, so it seems like most of the people in the forum have only done the most of the Polymer 80 slides, some Freedom Wolves, but has anybody done a Nomad 9? And this isn't the Nomad 9 100%?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Sarge
So the
says he
Nomad-
hasn't built any of the
The
Spectres.
unicorns. Got 2 unicorn colors and an ODG. Okay, cool. The Nomad 9, I've heard the ergonomics on that are really good. As you can see, it has the I believe that one, Hawkeye, has the removable back straps. You can change the back straps on that. I think, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
You can on the Lone Wolf too. They got a big one and a small one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, on the
and see that's another line that's
that's the small one there. Yeah,
I like
Say
the
again?
Freedom-Wolves. I just like them with big ass slides on them. The bigger, the better. Do they make a 34 long?
This Lone Wolf,
I know they make a 17 long. Do they make a 34?
The Lone Wolf I'm building, I'm putting a Gen 4 17 slide on.
Yeah.
And it makes it a little longer. But I got a CL I'm going to put the 17 long on. And I mean, it sticks out there.
They're so ridiculous.
Yeah, I it's just something about the slide sticking way out there that I just can't. I can't. 34 is about the best I can do. G34.
Just think old like Dirty Harry movies and stuff, man. Just the big old honking magnums you used to carry.
And honestly, G34 on a PF 940 V2 frame is probably. I mean, it's just something about on a CL with that short grip and then that long slide. I'm just like, I just don't get it. But
it's a target pistol.
Yeah.
It's made for standing on a line and going bang, bang, bang at a target and holding a tight group. That's pretty much for
do that.
So the important thing about it is, does your hand fit the grip? Is it balanced?
Yep.
And then after that, it's all up to you.
Yep.
And that's what I'm building for. You were talking about what's your favorite. You really can't say what is a favorite. You have to look at it as, what do I want to build? I love building those little pocket pistols because that's what they are. They're little pocket pistols. And then I like the 19
26s.
They're a good carry gun. The 17 is a good sidearm gun. You just got to have it in your mind what you're going to do with it. Build it that way, then you'll be happy with it. You don't build a 17 long and try and stick it behind your butt.
I mean, it depends on how long your ass crack is, right?
Yeah, I guess. And if you like it brown on the other end,
that's a little extra grease for the for the spring assembly. Not a big deal.
Oh man. Sarge, we forgot that one. I knew it was
that was the one that I thought systems. The SRD. Yep.
Yeah, Shadow Systems. We forgot.
Yeah, that's right. They got some nice frame.
Oh
yeah. So
Sarge Shadow Systems. Isn't Shadow Systems the one that's like $1,300 or something for their for the whole build?
Yeah, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Has anyone done a Grey Ghost Precision? And I apologize, guys. These pictures are kind of pixelated. I just snatched some offline. I really wasn't paying attention to how quality the pictures were, but you get the point. Grey Ghost Precision is another 100%, I believe.
I looked at some of those.
You're correct, Bob. That's exactly where the name Browning came from.
What's that? Oh, you see, that went over my head for half a second.
Sarge said, no, they're high, but not that high.
Okay.
I think it's for their MRD 9. The last time I saw all the bells and whistles, they're up in that price range, but for their standard stocks, like 900 or something, which isn't too terribly bad, but still, given I've spent more than that on a single build before, so.
Have any of you guys, bought a Grey Ghost Precision frame? Let us know in the comments.
I almost picked one up.
I looked at them, but here's my thought. I'm a at-home builder. Mm-hmm. So when I build, if I had a gray Ghost, I would hack it all up, and it's too pretty to be hacked up.
I mean, it's a
it's
P80
got a
frame
good-
with a fancy laser etching on the side of it.
Yeah, and that kind of
That's all it
puts
really
me
is.
off, because anytime you see laser etching on the grip instead of stippling and all that, it's too perfect. If you know what I mean. It's not like, well, I didn't do that. It was lasered. It's too perfect. You can look at something that somebody's done at home or tried their practice at, and they practice and they get it all up. No matter how hard you look, even if you look at Shogun Customs, if you blow those up and you actually look at it, you can tell those are done by hand.
Absolutely.
There'll be something somewhere. If you look close enough, you can pick it up. And that's what makes them, to me, a custom build. Anybody can put one on a CNC machine or a 3D printer and come out with an awesome looking gun. And it's custom, but it's not handmade custom. And I don't know, I'm just an old guy. I like handmade stuff. So that's the way
I'm with you, man. The laser looks good, and there's definitely a market for it.
Here
but
here it is. If I was that good, that I was that perfect, I'd be moving on to do something else. It's the challenge of getting to that point, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you could take it and build it and it be perfect in every way, why would you want to build the next one? Because it couldn't be any better.
That's a thought process.
Yeah, I can pull that up real quick, Sarge. Hold on.
What Sarge need? I'm not looking at the screen right at the moment. I was trying to pull up another frame that I just popped into my head that I didn't put into the
There you go. That's the
thing here.
That's the one Sarge is talking about. That's the DR920P.
The Shadow Systems.
Yep, Shadow
Okay.
Systems. It looks hot. It looks hot.
Nice, very nice, very nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
Very, very, very nice.
Yeah, I like the lines
one.
on that one.
Oh yeah, dude. Gorgeous. Love the serrations on that.
I like how they did that front barrel end of it. It doesn't have that stupid step. It flows with the top of the gun.
Yep.
Yeah, the comp. Yeah.
Yep. The comp rides in there
it
really
definitely
nice.
it definitely makes it look like a 17 or 34 one solid piece. So I actually like the way theirs is, as well as SIG and some of the other ones where the comp rides on the front part of the
It
the
gives
frame.
it a nice clean
It does.
nice
Real
clean look. Really
it
clean
looks
look.
like
Yeah,
it's
with the
made
Integra
to
comps.
be that way.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, the integrated comps or Integra comps.
Yep. So we got a couple more frames that I wanted to cover real quick before we get going. The Alpha Foxtrot. I hadn't heard of these until Weapon brought it up earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at them, they're like a cross between a Strike and a Lone Wolf, and it's looking like it's just got some of everything in it.
What I thought looked weird is what is going on up at the top of the front of the trigger guard.
The front of the one on the bottom.
Yeah. Is there a hole in it?
No.
Up
there.
screen.
Oh, at the top of the trigger guard.
Top of the trigger guard.
Yeah.
On both of them.
Huh. I don't know. I'd have to pull up the original picture and take a look at it, but
I mean, my screen's a little small, and from here it looks like a hole, and you can see the white background through it. But I may just be seeing reflection in the trigger
Well,
guard.
let me pull up a different picture of one on. No, that one doesn't have. I mean, it looks like a hole there, but when I pull up some of the other ones, that's not there.
Okay,
Oh, wait a
so
minute. Let
probably
me
just
see.
a lighting thing then.
Oh shoot! There's a pin there. Hold on. Hold on. Let me pull this up for you guys. There's a pin there.
So is that how their rail system locks in then, or something
That
for the front rail maybe?
that is a good question. Give me
I will
one
have
second.
to, do some more research on that. It's interesting.
I will pull it up because there is definitely a pin there. Share my screen, window, Chrome tab. Yeah, let me share that. Yeah, there is definitely a pin there. I'm going to zoom in,
Ooh,
guys.
I like that color combo.
Can you see it better now?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a pin.
There's a pin there.
That must be their front rail system.
That's interesting.
It's the only thing I could think that would be for.
And that gas pedal is indented. You can't.
Yeah,
Your
it looks
thumb ain't
nice.
Your thumb is not going to fall off of that thing.
I'd like to get a hold of one of those for some modifications.
Yeah, I might have to.
I like the finger and thumb groove in the top of the frame there, just
weird
below
colors.
the slide release. That looks really nice.
The scallop,
yeah,
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a front and rear scallop.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
dig it.
Interesting.
I dig it.
Very, very interesting.
I also like how they went with the cutout magwell.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like judging by the side of the magwell, are they using a Gen 5 or Gen 4 or Gen 5 magwell on that? I see what looks like the side pin.
Ooh, 249.
Instead of a rear pin. Yeah.
Jeez, I like that bronze color in the middle, but 249 for just a frame. Gosh almighty. All right, well, we'll figure it out.
Like pick up a pink one and make a Bazooka Joe bubblegum 19.
And then you got the other 100%, the dagger, which
I want one.
Swear by.
I haven't decided if I wanted to pick up one of those or a Combat Armory. I think I had mentioned it either on our forum or somewhere else. I want to give my Deadpool build a fancy pair of pants to wear to tea parties or something.
I like that dagger slide. I may end up getting one of those.
Yeah, it's cheap, dude. It's cheap.
I know. $200 for a complete upper
slide
with a slide.
Yeah. And they don't look bad. I actually like the cuts on them.
Yeah, that's what I like about them. It gives you enough on the side in that little barrel cut that flattens out and goes from small to big.
What do you call that? Is there a specific name for that type of a nose?
Like with the bull nose?
Well, I mean, it's a little different than a bull nose just because the way it's almost like the, standard SIG slides. How the dagger has the flat sides. Yep.
But it just screams for some etching on it down through there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Vino says a buddy of his has a dagger. So Sarge says doesn't like the roll pins. That's his only complaint. Hey, if that's the only complaint,
right?
How bad could it be? But yeah, there's so many out there, man. That I don't know, man. Everybody want to make them all 100% frames, but I guess Polymer 80 got their number on that one. And I saw someone else. Who was it? Someone else was selling now blanks. man, when I was looking for the pictures of the frames, I ran across it, but I didn't pull one up. It's an 80%. I can't remember, but if I remember, I'll put it in the forum. But I don't know. Did you put Tom's message up that he put up a little while ago? Really like 2627 with the 1923 frame grip on 1923 mag. Yeah,
I got to do one of those. Sounds fun.
Right.
You know, we're talking about these blanks you can buy now, and we had the conversation of save your jigs and all.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if you guys use your jigs like I do, you don't need to worry about it because they're perfect for every time you want to use them.
I have no
You just need to use an undersized drill bit.
Yep.
And then by hand open them up, and your jig is perfect for the next time you want to use it.
Yep. If you're drilling,
if you don't flinch.
Yeah, if you're drilling to that jig and you're seeing red come pushing out, probably doing something wrong.
Well, see, that's the thing. When you get your jig, before you even drill holes, take your 3mm and 4mm bit
and just hand turn
by hand and make sure that hole is opened up to that size. And then when you get a drill bit that's undersized by a few thousandths or so, when you put it on your Dremel press, center it up, do it a couple of times, make sure you're not touching anything, and then you got your hole, and it's not even touched the jig. And your jig's ready. I mean, it's good for the next time. You don't have to worry about fixing it, putting bushings in it and all this stuff. Because if you've already messed up your jig, putting bushings on it ain't going to help.
Right.
All you're going to do is make it
your hole's
messed up in the same spot over and over again.
Yeah, your hole's going to be off, but it's going to be perfectly off every time.
Exactly.
I may get some bushings and put on the frames I haven't put on the jigs I haven't used yet, just to see if I can maintain them. But I mean, the builds I've done, I've only had dust at the most, any red come out, just flake. No twirls or anything like that.
If you're going to put bushings on them, the time to do it is before you use it.
Oh, for sure.
And you can take those drill bits that come with it that you never use anyway as your guide.
Put it through there as your
glue
guide.
those things down.
Yeah,
it's that easy.
A reminder too for people: the PF940C or now the P26 blank. Remember, the jig for that works for the 19 and the 17 as well. Same jig, 3 frames. Well, 3 blanks. Just on the PF940SC jig, you have to drill out the other 3mm hole.
Yeah, we were talking about what frames you like. The one I like building the most was that PF45. It was like a huge canvas. I mean, it's just out there in your face. It's so big, and that one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one. But that's the only big gun frame I've built.
Yeah. Well, that's, I mean, we've covered all of the frames that I know of, and then some that we didn't. And guys, there's a lot out there for us to build. I mean, we didn't even delve into, SIGs. AR-10s, SIGs, 19s, 11s, 2011s, and all the different things that could cost us money to, send us down that rabbit hole. If you're watching this, guys, if you're watching this and this is your first time watching, this is what we do on this channel. On this show, we talk about different things that we could do in the 80% community. And, if this is something that you're interested in, go ahead and smash the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. And we got a couple of surprises coming up in the next few weeks. Oh my gosh. I wish I could let the cat out of the bag on things we got coming up in the next few weeks, man. But we got to fine tune some things. Like I said, I had a long talk with John Patton of the Gun Collective, and he gave me some ideas that will absolutely not only blow this channel up, but blow up our FTQ 80% community. And it's going to be good stuff, guys. So if you're new, go ahead and smash the thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you don't want to leave it in the chat, and if you're watching this on replay, absolutely put the questions that you have down in the chat. Or if you have a comment you want to let us know, let us know. Myself and Weapon are always in the comments. Whenever they pop up, we get notifications. So it doesn't matter if it's tomorrow, tonight, next week, next month. We'll get the comments and we'll respond to them as soon as we possibly can. So and if you had noticed, I've been sitting here the whole night, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you see we got merch coming. So this is the first JettaMan designed shirt that I got, and we got the light ones coming too. But I put a vote on the channel in the community section on which would people prefer, the light or the dark, and the dark won in an overwhelming number. So I got a dark one. I was like, man, I'm a little dark to be wearing black shirts, but it is what it is. I just wanted y'all to see that one first.
I'm in a white shirt tonight. That's a rarity. That's a rarity and a half.
We got some white ones, and Weapon X is designing merch for FTQ 80%. So we'll have some FTQ 80% t-shirts and hats.
I was doing some light sketching for that yesterday.
Cups, all kinds of stuff. We got merch coming, guys, if you want it. And we'll let you know how to get it. It'll come directly shipped to you. And to launch the new merch line, we will be giving some away when we're ready to look for mid. Okay. The JettaMan Designs merch will be launching in the next 2 weeks. However, the FTQ 80% will be launching mid-October, along with some of the other surprises that we have coming. So, show your support. All the money that is raised, and it's not a lot of money, guys, but it all goes right back into the community. It goes into paying for all of this stuff that you guys see. If we could raise some money, that would be great. And, we also donating some to different areas in the community that we'll let you know. We got some things in motion that we'll be able to donate to in our community, the FTQ 80% community, because it is more than just us out there. And there's some good things going on. So there'll be more information coming about those things in the coming weeks. So I just wanted to say that. Next week we're going to tackle kind of a sensitive subject, gun safety and prevention,
gun storage.
Correct gun storage. It's we hear about it in the news and we hear about it out there, but when it hits close to home, it's just something totally different. So last week when we got offline, we had a meeting with Nas Veritas, and he definitely wanted to teach on the subject. So if you're still here,
never talked about it enough, that's for sure.
At 11:01 p.m. I'm going to let the cat out the bag. Next week, for a limited engagement, Nas Veritas will be here to do a safety second segment. So tune in next week. You don't want to miss it. When you see this dude, look, just tune in next week. Just tune in next week when Nas comes back. He's on fire, man. He's ready. The subject is near and dear to his heart. And he's going to bring the fire. Come, have a pen and paper, because I'm guaranteed he's going to give you some information you may or may not know. So, and we'll have some links to some different things. So, next week, It's going to be a show you don't want to miss. So if you're watching this on replay, I'll be after today's show, before I go to bed tonight, I'll be posting up the link for next week's show. So put it on your calendar, put a reminder, be here early. We'll be here early. Hawkeye, if you want to join us, man, we'd love to have you. And anybody else. So, and you guys got anything else since we are at 11:03?
Yeah, we do have a few last little questions here.
Okay.
Wanchi said he had to log back, and he said that it reminds him of the ZR9 Delta frames. Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Dagger slides, worth getting a couple at least. Tom Petrick said great to the discussion about safety next weekend for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to know what blank we're referring to.
Well, I'll let you answer that, Weapon.
Oh no. Depends on for which discussion, the blank. Just the term itself.
I think he's just talking about the term itself.
He knows.
Well, guys, it's been a blast. Definitely, it's been a great day, and I'm gonna leave you guys with a couple of parting words. Hawkeye and Weapon, if you don't have anything else, I'm gonna drop you guys from the screen for a minute.
You're fine, brother.
And we definitely thank you for coming, Hawkeye. Hawkeye, hang back in the room backstage for us. Don't log out when we go offline, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, good discussions happen back there.
Yeah,
Lots of laughs to be had.
Yeah, after we go offline, man, we hang out for a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted to holler at you for a minute. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to take a minute to thank everybody who definitely comes here, and because we can definitely feel the love that comes in this community, and we need you guys to spread the word about 80%. The one thing that I didn't say about this weekend was that a lot of people don't really know about 80%. Or what it entails. Even people in the gun community, instructors, they don't know what it is that we do. And that's our fault. We have to spread the word. We can't just talk to each other about it and think that's going to, spread the word about FTQ, first time quality, or 80%, or whatever you want to call it, however you want to share it. Guys, we got to share it. We've got to share it with more people because they don't understand. All they hear is ghost guns. Even people in the gun community, they hear about ghost guns, ghost guns, ghost guns, and they think that's all there is to it. So it's going to be up to us to share and let everyone know that this is here to stay. We're not going anywhere. It is an art to it. It takes dedication, it takes skill, and I just wanted to let you guys know that without you, there is no. To 2 or 3 people, man. I implore you, and it's you don't have to, but it just would mean so much that if we do. So, all right, with that, guys, I'm going to bid you farewell. Y'all have a good night.